Fed up with eating the same old things? Would you like to sample some of the best ingredients money can buy? This kind of lunch would cost you more than simply a few $1,000s. Trust me. Keep reading to learn about unquestionable nourishments that are exclusively available to the wealthy. Subscribe to Luxurious Prestigious and leave a comment. Keep in mind to turn on your notification bell for additional updates. Donkey cheese. These are the ideal way to finish a meal for a banquet like this one. It just won't do to use plain old cheddar. Believe it or not, there is such a thing as donkey cheese or pule, and it will set you back a good penny. Only Slobodan Simic, a farmer in rural Serbia, is able to manufacture this peculiar masterpiece, and he does so with the assistance of almost 300 donkeys. Reports have it that it contains a lot of protein, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids, and suggests that it has health advantages. Only around 20 donkeys give milk at a time, and it takes many gallons of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. So getting milk from the donkeys is not simple. This is because their milk lacks sufficient casein, which is a necessary ingredient for making cheese the old-fashioned technique. Simic has a special way to create cheese, which is fortunate, but it costs money. Around $1,110 is the going rate per kilo. Exactly a big amount of money, don't you think? Yubari King Melon. This melon is a good value compared to Japan's most expensive melon, which is a hybrid of two cantaloupes you barely came. This highly regarded fruit is only produced on the island of Hokkaido and is a big status symbol for those with the money to add one to their collection. Takamaro Konishi, the proprietor of a supermarket, made headlines in the spring of 2016 when he sold a pair of kings for an astounding $27,240, making them the most expensive melons ever sold. They merely appear to have a very concentrated sweetness. In order to reward the Yubari for their labor, he set the price for the melons at that level. The buyer should still expect to pay thousands at auction. Melons aren't the only premium fruit available in Japan. And in 2019, Takamaro Konishi raised eyebrows once more after shelling out $11,318 for a bunch of ruby Roman grapes, which came to around $370 per grape. This variety is praised for its juiciness, high sugar content, and low acidity. They're about the size of ping pong balls, in case I forgot to say that. 700 grams of ruby Roman batches sold for about $910 when they first appeared on the market in 2008, and the price has since risen. Densuki Black Watermelon is as rich as the one I just presented. The more dessert you could eat is a fresh fruit salad. On the northern island of Hokkaido in Japan, only about 10,000 of these unusual melons are produced each year. There is a lucrative market for beautiful fruit in Japan, so it's typical for strawberries to be purchased as pricey gifts. In addition to intriguingly lacking her appearance, they are believed to have crispier flesh, more juice, and an improved sweetness compared to their international counterparts. This generally costs over $250, but in 2008, one outstanding specimen cost $61,000. Kopi Luwak Coffee. A popular after-dinner drink is Kopi Luwak coffee. Moreover, Kopi Luwak coffee can be the sole option if you're hosting guests with exceptionally substantial finances. According to legend, it was the Dutch colonial authority that led to the initial discovery of this highly prized coffee in Indonesia. At the time, native farmers and plantation employees were forcibly prevented from harvesting coffee for their personal use and were left to scavenge for it. At that point, they discovered something peculiar. Civet cats would consume coffee cherries and pass out the seeds or coffee beans intact. They discovered that the coffee brewed made with the leftover beans tasted fantastic as well, largely due to the civets. Authentic Kopi Luwak coffee can cost between $250 and $1,200 per kilogram, depending on the vendor. Nonetheless, there are various debates involving the novel beverage. More than 80% of every low-P coffee sold in the US never actually passed through one try to industrialize since. Most civet cats are nocturnal and have small appetites. The procedure also involves locking up several city cats and forcing them to eat the berries continuously, producing awful coffee from awful people. White truffles. If anything can take a dish to new levels of grandeur, it's truffles. These aromatic fungi are some of the world's most expensive delicacies. Even the Romans couldn't get enough of the plants that had healing and aphrodisiac qualities, and ought to be added. White truffles are by far the best. They are the gem of the kitchen. Finding the knobbly white mushrooms is difficult, since they only grow inches below the surface, with the roots of hardwood trees in the forests of Piedmont, in northern Italy, from October through December. Truffle coutures, highly trained dogs or pigs, must explore the forest floor for buried treasures within the earth. White truffles have been attempted to domesticate, but have been unsuccessful. You won't be finding any in your neighborhood grocery anytime soon either. The passion surrounding them and the value their no-one's flavor may add to risotto, pasta, and even foie gras are all influenced by these elements. White truffles cost about $2,000 per pound, and in 2009, a record-breaking single 1.6 pounds were sold at a staggering $150,000. Labrador potatoes. One of the simplest foods in existence is a potato. Yet, these potatoes are now so highly respected that they're even referred to as the caviar of the potato world when it comes to the highly sought-after Labrador type, also known as the world's most costly potato. Just approximately 20 tons are produced yearly, and they are virtually entirely grown on the little island of Noirmoutier, which is located off the coast of western France. They are too fragile to be harvested by machine, so each potato must be meticulously plucked, with all the added difficulty it takes to obtain them, making the process of preparing them for sale a laborious one. You might be asking why laburnut potatoes are even good to eat. The sea air and seawater, which work as a fertilizer for the soil, give the potatoes a hint of sea salt and even a suggestion of lemon, according to fonts of the specified spot. If you like laburnut for tea, you should probably be aware that they cost around $300 per pound. Blondie Aquitains Steak. Blondie Aquitains Steak would be more your style. The most costly steak in the world is thought to be made from these rare cattle. Also, you should budget $3,200 for a single cat. The meat is made by Parisian butcher Alexander Palmard on his family's farm in northern France, using premium free-range blend Aquitaine cattle. The method Palmard devised in the 1990s to treat the meat is to blame for the exorbitant price tag. Only 4 of these hand-raised wild animals are slain each week in the French countryside's forests and meadows. Afterward, each cow is humanely butchered to reduce stress and maintain a low acidity level during the procedure. After that, the meat is kept in a room where a steady stream of air is pushed at temperatures and velocities of almost 75 mph. It spends 50 years in this forced hibernation at -45 degrees Fahrenheit. You must visit the Palmard store in Paris to see whether it is indeed worth it. The beef is only given to a select few restaurants, and Palmer personally inspects each one before allowing it to be served. Kobe beef. Although the steak is a good main course, there is only one variety that can truly deliver the premium experience: Kobe beef. The Tajima-gu breed of Japanese Wagyu cattle grown in the Kubid area provides these famous pieces of meat. The animals live as though they are so much valued. They are massaged daily, offered beer, and even played classical music to get them hungry. The melt-in-your-mouth attributes of Kobe beef are attributed to its excellent flavor, softness, and high content of inner muscle fat. Based on this fat distribution, all Wagyu beef is graded on a scale of 1 to 12, and Kobe beef is only considered acceptable if it receives a score of 10 to 12. Many restaurants have sought to misrepresent normal Wagyu steak as Kobe, tainting the luxury meat market. All cuts must now be given a 10-digit ID number to be linked back to the account they originated from, because Kobe fraud is so prevalent in the US. A license is also required for restaurateurs to prove their authenticity. This may be viewed at any time. Before spending up to $300 on a single pound of meat blend, it's worth checking if the meat you are eating is genuine. AM Samani Black Chicken. The last original food is chicken. Have you ever seen one similar to this? AM Samani chicken, which is Indonesian, is entirely black on the interior, as well as being covered in pitch black feathers. Even though this Lamborghini chicken apparently tastes a little bit better than regular chicken and develops more slowly, some people aren't actually eating it for its flavor. The cause? The bird's history in commerce and popularity dates back to Japanese legend from the 12th century, when it was regarded as a mysterious dish for affluent people. A sought-after good luck charm in some cultures, its charcoal-colored blade is also said to bestow prosperity and power onto those who consume it. Due to the rarity of semanis in the US, full-grown birds can sell for up to $2,000, while a single newborn chick can be purchased for $200. Bird's nest soup. Birds compelled to scale a tree and consume the entire bird's nest, or even better, take it home and make soup out of it. Whether you like it or not, bird's nest soup is a great delicacy in China, costing anything from $2,500 to $10,000 per kilogram. These are nests of swallows or swiftlets, not just any old bird nests. Indeed, these birds construct homes for their young from the solidified spit within themselves. When they're watered down and boiled, onsen food connoisseurs alike can't get enough of the stuff. The delicate nest vanishes into a gooey substance that is apparently ideal for soups. Yummy! The asking price of roughly $100 for each bowl is a result of how challenging it is to reach the Mada Caves in Malaysia in order to search for nests that are ripe for the taking. Ideally, the eggs should have been hatched after one batch, but during the following 4 seconds, its tiny feather should have been removed by hand. Alma's Caviar. If you want to spend money and see for yourself, although oysters make a fantastic appetizer, why not add some caviar to make it more upscale? Have a look at the almighty Alma's Caviar, which costs a cool $25,000 for a 2.2-pound tin. The tin is obviously made of metal that has been covered with 24-karat gold, so it must be worth every penny, right? The Savruga, Osetra, and Beluga kinds of sturgeon fish are used to produce caviar in most cases. This albino beluga sturgeon, which dwells in the Caspian Sea, is the only source of white caviar used in this product, owing to a genetic condition that results in their albinism. Belugas with albinism are quietly quite uncommon. The filthy affluent, however, continue to further reduce their odds of survival by eating their eggs, removed from the specimens over 100 years old, and are considered to have a strong, nutty, creamy flavor. The best way to enjoy vodka is over rice or on toast. Caviar can only be acquired from one of the few places, Caviar House and Bernier stores in London, and is frequently eaten with a pearl spoon. Coffin Bay King Oysters. One of the most prestigious oyster meals will serve as the opening course. These babies probably aren't a part of your standard Friday night dinner, unless you happen to be swimming in cash. There are numerous varieties of this fabled treat, but only one, the Coffin Bay King, can be considered the literal king of all oysters. The Coffin Bay King is produced only on a farm inside a protected peninsula off the Australian west coast. These wallet-busting mollusks cost roughly $75 each. Rather than the customary 18 months, after having been grown for 6 years, each bad boy can weigh up to 2 pounds, suggesting they can hub up to 10 times compared to their common cousins. A strong perfume and complex flavor have earned them the moniker, the oyster steak of the ocean. But you must go to Australia's Eyre Peninsula. Which of these expensive ingredients would you wish to test the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. We appreciate you watching and hope to see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.